A student-led prayer group started this school year has quickly grown from 6 to 60 students. College Week's Chelsea Rops reports.
The Campus Ministries Department has been active this past school year. Among those activities is the students started and led prayer group.
Prayer group got started actually on our way to Cru, which is campus crusade over at Augustana. And it started out as 6 students who walked over there. And on the way back, I started sharing my testimony with one of the students that was with us. And we ended up talking all the way back to campus to the Cougar. And we got done with the testimony, and we decided that we were just going to start praying around the Cougar. And, it was such a God-given moment. It was very inspirational and heartfelt.
Junior Sherry Jurgensen has attended prayer group for several months. She explains how she got involved.
It seemed more beneficial to me than just studying the Bible for what it is, like just setting aside this time for prayer. I thought it was just awesome that students are just coming together and praying instead of reading the Bible, which of course is important, but just the fact that we're all praying together, I loved that.
While it is formally called prayer group, other aspects of worship are also focused on.
Well, we mainly focus on 3 things. We focus on prayer is our biggest one that we focus on. We focus on meaningful worship and Bible-saturated teaching that focuses on the gospel. So those are the 3 things that we do most often. We try to fit all 3 of those into every single prayer group session that we do on Thursday nights.
Jurgensen says she enjoys prayer group for the sense of community it brings among students.
Just the fact that people come together every Thursday night, I mean, that's amazing. 50 to 60, 70, 80 people coming together, and it's just a time of renewal, you know, like it's like 2 hours out of my Thursday night, but I come back feeling so refreshed and renewed.
For College Week,
Prayer group, we do what we want, you want what we do.
I'm Chelsea Rops.
Prayer group meets every Thursday at 9 p.m. in the Grand Island Big Hall.
With graduation nearing, seniors are preparing their final projects. Lexi Vogelaar takes a look at one project stirring conversation.
With the end of the school year approaching, senior projects are taking place. But the student behind Free Press Monthly hasn't revealed himself just yet. USF College Week goes behind the scenes of this controversial and anonymous magazine. The idea goes back to 2006 when students published a similar controversial magazine titled Cantankerous Cougar. We interviewed the creator of Free Press, who asked to not have his identity revealed, and he told us his goal was to bring a more liberal view to campus, stating, "I wanted to give a new perspective and shed light on some topics not normally talked about because of the bubble we are in here at USF." However, some readers disagree with parts of the project.
The thing that really bothered me was the fact it's all anonymous. It kind of ruins the credibility of it, and to me, if you don't have the gumption to stand by what you're saying, it's not really worth saying to me. That's kind of my opinion on that.
When asked if being anonymous was necessary, the creator stated, "I don't think it was necessary, but it's fun, and it protects the authors and allows them to speak more freely." You can pick up your copies of Free Press Monthly on campus, or else check them out on Facebook. For College Week, I'm Lexi Vogelaar.
Last Thursday, the 2010 NFL Draft started. With more on the story, here's College Week's Sarah Bettinger.
It's that time of year again, time for the annual NFL Draft. This year, 255 college football players will live their NFL dream. USF junior Jack Ridgway explains how the draft works.
Well, each team kind of has different needs going into the draft, and so most of the time they base those picks based on the roster spots they need to fill, and but sometimes I'll just go with the best player available too. And just basically how it works, each team gets about like 5 minutes or so to make a pick, make their selection, and the commissioner comes out and announces the selection, and then the guys on ESPN break it down and give all the guys stats and talks about their college career and how they might fit in with their prospective team.
While some teams reach for need, some teams just go for value. Dallas Cowboys fan Colin Koth says what he thinks his team needs this year.
You know, they really need an offensive tackle since they don't have Flozell Adams anymore. But I don't know if there's going to be any quality tackles at that point. It'll be kind of interesting to see who's around. So I really have no idea, but hopefully just an offensive lineman.
Out of all the players drafted, only one can be picked first. Sophomore Taylor Klein says who he thinks the top picks will be.
Nadong Masu, I believe Sam Bradford, then it's either Gerald McCoy or probably Eric Berry, the safety from Tennessee. Those are probably the two, depending on the team that goes and what they need, but those are probably the 4 best players in the draft this year.
You can still catch the last few rounds today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For College Week, I'm Sarah Bettinger.
Coming up after the break, Ronald Hawkins sits down with Sioux Falls mayoral candidate Dr. Kermit Staggers on Crosstalk. We'll be right back.